Hey everyone, it's Thakard, and today we're talking Grim Dawn. Question: have you ever been overwhelmed by the gear colors in Grim Dawn? White, green, blue? What does it all mean? Today, I'll break down the item rarities so you can know exactly what you are looking for as you tear through Cairn's monsters. Let's start off with the basics, the gear rarities. From lowest to highest, we have common in white, magic in yellow, rare will be in green, epic will be blue, and the coveted legendary item that you're looking for is going to be purple. Sounds simple, right? But here's where things get interesting. Affixes. Affixes are what really spice up your items. These are modifiers that give your gear extra bonuses. There are two types: prefixes at the start of the item's name and suffixes at the end of the item name. And trust me, these can make a big difference. Magic and rare items in Grim Dawn have a chance to roll a prefix and a suffix. If that item doesn't roll either, it will come out as a white common item. This is just the bare bones basic item. If the item rolls either a prefix, suffix, or both of magic quality, it will become a yellow colored magic item. These items are quite useful in the early game for some nice damage bonuses and some stat padding. If an item rolls at least one affix of rare quality, it will then become a green rare item. This usually means it will have one affix of rare and one of magic, although you might get really lucky and roll a double rare. This is an item that has rolled both a rare prefix and a rare suffix. These can be some very strong items even in the endgame. These double rare items will be marked with a double gold bordered diamond icon on the top left. So now that we've talked about affixes, let's actually take a look at an example of one of them. This is a double rare I picked up the other day. This is the Frostborn Preserver Battle Axe of the Arcane Blaze. Now, what did I just say and what does that all mean? Now, the actual common item here is the Preserver Battle Axe. It isn't anything too special, but the affixes are going to make it a rather interesting weapon. The prefix Frostborn will give my item additional cold damage, frostburn damage, extra defensive ability, freeze resistance, and a special skill called Ice Spike. While the suffix on this axe of the Arcane Blaze will give my item additional fire damage, aether damage, and 2 free skill points to Calidor's Tempest, which is an Arcanist skill. The number of unique affixes is in the hundreds, so there are tons of possible combinations to make some very interesting gear. Now, affixes may not be that hard to understand, so let's complicate things just a little bit more and talk about monster infrequents. A monster infrequent is another type of green rare item, which is denoted by a single diamond with some fancy silver bordering on the top left of the item. These items are special because they only drop from specific named monsters. These drops are also not guaranteed, so you might have to kill your target a couple of times before you get the item you want. Monster infrequents can give you some of the same types of buffs that you get from affixes, but they can also enhance some skills that your class uses. Might give those new skills powerful bonuses like speed, cost, damage, or even things like lifesteal. Let's take a look at an example. I am currently playing as a Witchblade. A Witchblade is a combination of a soldier and an occultist. The primary attack that I use is called Cadence, which is one of the soldier abilities. So, the weapon I am using is currently called the Aether Warped Cleaver. This weapon changes how my skill Cadence works by giving it bonus arc attack, additional targets, and even more damage. This is a special one-handed axe that drops off of Jaren the Plague Warped. He is a boss level mountain in the Port Valbury challenge dungeon. Now, not all monster infrequents are hidden away in some dungeon somewhere. Many of them are found on named monsters outside in the main game world. Let's take a look at my specific weapon for a second. This is my current Aether Warped Cleaver. It's called the Tyrant's Aether Warped Cleaver of Alacrity. That's right, everyone. Monster infrequents can have affixes as well, which means some combinations can be amazingly powerful. Now, mine is kind of mid-range when it comes to the awesomeness scale. It has a rare prefix, Tyrants, which grants my items more bonuses to damage, cunning, and also reduces my target's damage output. The suffix on my weapon of Alacrity is a magic suffix that grants bonus to attack speed. If you are really lucky, you might be able to find a double rare monster infrequent. It's going to have the same fancy single diamond, but this time it will be outlined in gold. These items can be truly game-changing. Not only do they have these wonderful powers of the monster infrequent items, but they have two rare affixes that give even more power to that item. And with that, we can stop worrying about affixes, because from here on out, everything is going to be unique. First, let's talk epic items. These will be labeled in blue. These epic items are powerful, unique items with predetermined stats. Many of these items may include bonuses to skills and even new skills that you can use. While many epic items might be comparable in power to rares or double rares, the nice thing about them is the fact that their stats are fixed. That means there is no need to try and find the exact random combination of affixes to get your perfect weapon. The downside is that epics in general don't drop off of specific monsters like monster infrequents. So, you are going to have to go out there and kill stuff until you get the one you want, or you can craft one if you're able to loot the recipe. To help increase your chances, go out and focus on heroes, bosses, and totems. These targets have a higher chance to drop epic items. Now with that said, there are a few epic items that will fall off of specific named monsters, but those are the exception to the rule. Now it's finally time to talk about the most powerful gear in the game, the legendaries. These items are colored purple and they are bigger, faster, and stronger than most other items. These items combine all the things that we've talked about before. The skill enhancements of monster infrequents, the damage, stat, and skill buffs of affixes. They all get wrapped up into one giant, beautiful, unique purple piece of gear. This right here is an image of the beauty that I am currently hunting for, the Nightclaw. I haven't found it yet, but maybe I will get lucky tomorrow. As with epics, you can increase your chance to find these items if you go after totems and bosses. Specifically, if you go after some nemesis bosses, you will have an even better chance. Another great way to get epic and legendary gear is running the Shattered Realms if you have the Forgotten Gods expansion. This is an endless dungeon of increasing difficulty. The farther you go, the better loot you get at the end. The last thing we're going to need to talk about are sets. Sets are either made of epic or legendary gear. The individual items are generally less powerful than their non-set items at the same rarity levels. However, this changes as you get more pieces into the set. Each additional piece will give your set an additional set of bonuses. Completed sets can be incredibly powerful. For example, I am looking for the Gore Drinkers set. This is a set that will again increase my cadence build as well as give me extra points in some of my soldier skills, a new skill, and also a whole bucket full of other buffs. And that's the rundown on gear rarities in Grim Dawn. Did I clear up some confusion for you? If I did, let me know down in the comments. If you do have questions, leave those down in the comments as well. Or if you are a veteran and you have found some insane double rare monster infrequents, post up those stats and make us all jealous. Thanks for watching, everyone. You all have a good day, good week, goodbye, and God bless.